shorter. I've never seen it from a cold. Okay. You know that you've been the chairs?
Yes, I have.
How did it make you feel?
Upset, worthless, nothing. Indirectly, yes. Directly, I haven't, and I think that's because I don't look like a typical Muslim wearing the headscarf and so forth. But because I do talk about Islam and I've got a Quran hanging out of my car, sometimes I do feel like I've been discriminated against whilst I'm driving.
Yeah, I have, yeah. Work placement, I was on work placement up in the city. And the lady actually was Lebanese, but she wasn't Muslim. Right. And she was talking to me how she would never let her kid marry a Muslim person, or how much she hates them and how much they give her a bad name and stuff like that. And after all that, I actually told her, yeah, and I'm Muslim, thank you very much. Right. It hurt, like, well, I'm not going to lie and say, oh no, it didn't hurt, I just let it go.
In Hurstville area, after the punch bowl shootings, got told that you're effing wog, and oh yeah, he was like telling me, go back to your effing country, you know, what are you doing here? You know, the trouble didn't come to this country except when you guys came and all that stuff, so.
Yeah.
Oh, like, you know, remarks and stares here and there, and kind of like indirect harassment, that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And I just remember once just being in Woolies with my auntie, and some lady was hitting the back of the trolley into my auntie's ankles. And then I looked at my auntie, I'm like, why don't you say anything? She goes, I don't, just, like, my auntie's ankles were bleeding, and she still didn't want to cause a scene because she wanted to respect herself, and it doesn't look very nice if someone's yelling at someone.
A friend of mine, you can call him friend if you like, he came up to me and he asked me if, he said, I'll come up with a joke for you, mate. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, buddy. And he said, did you know that not all Muslims are terrorists? I'm like, yeah, mate, no worries. You know, but all terrorists are Muslims. And it really taught me a lot that, and after 6 years at our school, this was back in year 8, and after about 5 years, you know, I became more friends with him and closer, and he started appreciating the type of person I am, and, you know, that I have to pray 5 times a day because, you know, because of religion, and, you know, I was still the same person. It just meant that I had to do certain things. I'm not allowed to eat this, or I'm not allowed to drink, etc. And I can recall in year 12, after our HSC, he actually invited me to a party of his, and I told him, like, you know, I'm not allowed to go out with girls, and I'm not allowed to have alcohol, music, etc. And he said, look, you know, for the first hour or half an hour, we won't have that.
And I stayed walking from the beginning of the tunnel until the end, and he is swearing at me. I swear, and I was very scared. And I didn't answer him back because I was scared that he might bash me or do something to me, and no one is even bothering to protect me. So I kept walking until I reached the end, and the first person I called was my husband.
Statements, speak to witnesses, identify. Police officers actually told us that it's assault, and
that's very sad.
I think we're talking about solutions, we're talking about situations.
Definitely. I think so. Coming from the background that I am and the education that I've had, I don't hold back. I believe in rights, and I believe that the laws are there to be used, and that we should use them for our advantage. So yeah, definitely go straight to the police.
you know, I would have gone to the police, even if they can't do anything. Just make the police aware that something like this is happening. But she didn't feel comfortable. She thought, what are they going to do?
I work in the public service. I know that the police have limited resources, limited funding, limited personnel. So unfortunately, maybe the right thing or the wrong thing, sometimes I just don't take that avenue as seriously as maybe I should.
I reported it at the police station, but nothing was done about it because no one rang me back or responded to me at all at that stage. I knew that nothing was being done.
My view is that many police officers are racist. Young people are targeted because of their race and the way their appearance, the way that they look like.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think that they're type of people that I'd approach.
Yeah.
They're not people that I'd approach.
When you are in shock, you don't know what to do. Even at other times, when like we are sitting now, and you think about it, I say to myself, why didn't I call the police? Why didn't I call this and this? But when you are in the incident, believe me, your brain doesn't think right.
Yeah. That's right. I don't think people see them as being approachable. Like, you know, they're already this big authority figure, and, you know, how can someone like, if you're young and you're easily intimidated, how are you supposed to approach someone like that?
And then we contact any organization.
We need to get to the community personally, like the community overall. We don't want just organisations, representatives. We also want the community themselves to come forward and hear what the police officers are talking about and what the human rights is talking about too.
One of the things that came out at our table was that good cops, the spotlight needs to be on good cops and good policing, and there needs to be something needs to be done about bad cops and bad policing.
Just common sense, speak to people the way you want to be spoken to. Don't think just because you have the police uniform on that gives you more power. It kind of does, but don't use that power in a negative way. Just try to communicate and try to just calm them down. You know, boys are boys, like they're gonna get fired up and they're gonna do stuff that they're gonna regret, but don't be pig-headed like them, and just try to calm them down and talk to them like a human.
I think it's combatable, and it's very. I'm not going to say easy, but it's doable in terms of tackling it. And I think the onus is on us Muslims to show everyone else that we're Muslim, but we're just like you.
Probably interaction with one another on a more social level, grassroots level than official.
Okay, so like something without uniform.
Like just casual sort of functions or something.
Relations with the police officers to find out more about what their role is in the community.
Yeah.
The police aren't understanding the community and the community isn't understanding the police, and there's no in-between where we can actually get together and discuss these issues. There's sort of everyone comes in with a barrier, and I think so that needs to be broken down, and I think we can do this through education, which is very important. Putting together things like these forums for the police and community, conducting workshops where educate the community about how the police do things and why they do things like that, and vice versa. That way we can get a communication happening and maybe brings down these barriers that make us feel so inferior to them.
And there's two little girls behind us talking, and you could hear them saying like, why did I wear the scarf? Why did I wear the scarf? And then one little girl goes, they have to cover their hair. And then the other one goes, why can't they just wear a wig? She thought we had to just cover our hair and that's it. But we didn't say anything to the kids. We just left them.